Okay. Good morning. The topic of today's shiur is regarding right now we are in the time of the Shabbat. Shabbat is very important days, the holy days, and we know that when a person fasts, right, there are three things the person has to do. One is kol, som, mammon, which is they say if the gezerah wants to be bottled, you have to be able to daven properly. Then you have to, of course, you're fasting, and also you have to give tzedakah. Right now we are Shavavim. We started like last Sunday. It's about 8 weeks this year because we have Adar Sheni. Usually it's 6 weeks, but when we have Adar Sheni, it's 8 weeks. And these days the Chachamim said is extremely important, extremely holy. And I was told just one tip for everybody that wants to know. I heard yesterday from Rav David Abu Chassera. They sent something from him. He said that after Erev Shabbos, after Chasot, if a person prays on the Kibbutz Sadiqim, and he has a very good chance that his prayer gets accepted. So what I recommend, we know that Rabbi Meir Baranes says that to light candle for me and say Eloha Rabbi Meir Aneni a couple of times, Eloha Rabbi Meir Aneni, light for the Zechota Kavod of Rabbi Meir Baranes, and do your prayer. We have like a few hours. Chassid is about almost 2 o'clock, and we have till 4:30, so we can light a candle, and to Chassid me, I'm talking about the afternoon, right? After 12 o'clock in the afternoon, Friday afternoon till about 4:30. This is a very good time to light candle for Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai or Rabbi Meir Baranes. Many people they just do for Rabbi Meir Baranes because he says if you do it and you say you ask for Eloha Rabbi Meir and then a couple of times, right? This is the tefillah is gonna be accepted. So that's what my recommendation is, because we cannot go to Kibbutz Sadiqim here, that's far away, so that would be the alternative option for that. Now, talking about the tefillah has to be done in the proper way, so we have a code of law, what to do, how to do it, and in Shulchan Aruch, in the Siman Petet, right, in Seif Gimel, talks about when a person gets up in the morning, how should he act and how should he basically start his day. And it's important that the person daven. Now there are certain things that is telling us here that I'm going to read very fast. Here it says, Seif Gimel says, "Asur lo lidasek besorchav o lelech laderech ad shepal tefillat shemlese." So he said the person is also for him to do his business or go after in his path until he davens Shacharit. Shema said he's been davening Shacharit, and then this is the punchline that we're going to focus on the next page. It says lo le'echol v'lo lishtot. A person should not, before he gets up, he should not. It's forbidden to eat or drink. Aval ma'in mutar lishtot, but the ma'in he's allowed to have, right? And downstairs in the Mishnah Berurah, whether it's during the day or Shabbat or Yom Tov, and then also it says if somebody is sick, right, he could have certain things in order to, like foods that are make him healthy and he's sick, he could have it before going davening Shacharit or drinking, okay? And that's the guideline. Now, if you look downstairs, where it says no yochad lechol, it means the Mishnah Berurah brings what the Gemara, the source of this whole thing is the Gemara Brachot, Yud Amud Bet. So it says, however, as somebody, you have it down here. However, as if somebody transgress this, Amar Chazal Shalom Amar Hakkadosh say on this, V'oti kishlachta acharei gavecha. That means you left me behind, right? And you went after Gevecha. Gevecha means your body. It means you try to take care of your body before you take care of me. That's the pasuk, right? Mm-hmm. And it says, the Chazal said, don't read, the Gemara Berachot said, don't read Gevecha, read Ge'echa. Means you going after becoming arrogant. Means you are becoming arrogant, and you basically by eating or drinking anything besides water, right? You are basically you are becoming Balgaiva, and then you coming and serve me. So that's why the Gemara. That's the source of Gemara. Gemara Brachot Amud 10 Yud Amud Bet. So he says you're forgetting me and putting me aside, and you're just taking care for yourself because you have arrogance. So that's what the Hakkadosh Baruch Hu says. And אמר הקדוש ברוך הוא, לאחר שהלכה בשעתו ונתגאה, דבר עליו מלכות שמיים, he says, after you eat and you become haughty, then you're going to come and accept Malchut Shemayim. That's what it is. Now you're going to come and accept the Yukov Shemayim. So this shows how severity and the source of this in the Gemara. Okay? וגם הסכימו לבהם הפסוק ותאכלו אדם. So he says, and the other pasuk comes, don't eat on Adam means what? לא תאכלו קודם שיתפלל על דמכם. So it means the pasuk in the Torah, it says, לא תאכלו על Adam, right? Which the Zohar we're going to talk about is going to talk about this in detail. That's why about the Zohar. But it says, לא תאכלו על Adam means don't feed your blood. Don't feed your blood, which means don't eat before you daven, right? Afilu teima be'alma asur. Even if you certain teima, just you want to take something, it's asur. And that's this whole topic that we're going to talk about here, which Zohar is going to expand on that. But I was listening to Harav Yisrael. He's right now, last Shabbat, Shabbat, he gives like a shiurim on different topics. And Mama, she was talking about this topic this Mosai Shabbat, this past Mosai Shabbat. And he said what? He said there are lots of Hasidim, they doing it, and the reason they have it is the next halacha. Look at the next halacha. Hasameh v'har dalet upstairs, dalet. Hasameh v'hara'am harehem b'chnai hacholim. Somebody is very sameh, somebody is very thirsty, or is very, very hungry, right? He's considered as a chole means sick. So we said with a chole, up in the previous halacha it says, b'chen ochlim mashkin lerefuah mutar. The previous halacha says if somebody is sick, he can have food or drink before he starts because sick, right? So the next halacha says hasameh v'hara'ev harem b'chal cholim. So it says somebody is very hungry, very thirsty, right? He's considered sick. If he can daven, even though he's hungry and thirsty, he should do it. But if he cannot focus davening, right? If he cannot focus davening, so he should go ahead and eat, if he wants to, and then or drink, and then he'll start davening. So that's the method that we have that the Hasidim are using. Okay, that's the so everybody gets up in the morning hungry at the bed. So this is not the heter that the Shulchan was talking about. The Harav says, I was listening to him this shiur. Says this is everybody naturally, no matter who it is, he gets up, he's hungry. So he's a little thirsty. He's talking to somebody very, very hungry, very thirsty, and he cannot focus, right? Then this halacha applies to him. And he says some Hasidim, they're taking this out of the context. That's what it is. Okay, that's halacha. Now, we're going to see the Zohar doesn't even allow this.
Zohar is very machbid.
We're going to see what the Zohar says. But we're going to see why. We're going to explain why. Okay? But this is very important to know this halacha. The next halacha also says, the next halacha of the hair also is related with the eating, so it's good to know. Im hitchil le'chol shachar. If he started eating before Shachar, so he says he has to stop. So according to Shulchan Aruch, that somebody is starting before Shachar, he could have food, right? and then he could stop. It's like when somebody is sameh v'ra'ev or choleh, he should stop.
Or somebody that was still up.
Right.
Stayed up.
Right. If you stay up, it's different story. Right.
But once Halut HaShachar comes, you stop.
Right, you stop. Yes.
Right.
And then he said, ויש אומרים שצריך להפסיק. Some said, יש עושים שלא צריך להפסיק. Some say you have to stop. Some say you don't have to stop. Okay? This is יש, but always, there's a יש here, but we are going to go, I'm not going to expound on this on the Shulchan. I'm going to go right now with the Shemit Barach, since we said that in the Shovavim, there are three important ingredient components to this for our prayer being accepted. One is the fasting itself, one is giving tzedakah, and one is the tefillah. We are just talking about the tefillah because the tefillah is very important to do it right, in the right way. So now Zohar, so now we know that what Shulchan Aruch, the guidelines that Shulchan Aruch has given us. Now we're going to look at what Zohar says about this whole concept of eating there. This is a fascinating Zohar. If whoever reads this Zohar, he wouldn't want to eat before Shacharit. Okay? So here we go to Zohar. Okay, let me know when you're ready so we can start. Okay. And the Hakkadosh says, so the Gedolim they give according to Shulchan Aruch is, and even the Kubbanim are okay with that, is somebody who wants to have some vitamins, right? You could have it. Water you could have tea, you could have, here it says only water, but Chachamim they expanded on this, you could have tea, you could have coffee, you could also have sugar with it, and I asked him one time regarding honey, if somebody doesn't likes his tea with honey, could have honey? He said yes. Okay, that's what but tea and coffee basically, but no soda, no like a Pepsi Cola or beer or wine or the juices are all forbidden.
Juice?
Yeah, forbidden. All of them forbidden. After you go to sleep and you get up. Okay. So the only thing according to Shulchan Aruch is only water, right? But on the Rabbanim, they agree on this point that the person could have tea and coffee with sugar and honey. No milk, none of those things, because this become antochal adam. Do not eat on your blood because you feel your blood and you're not supposed to do it. Okay. Now here we go, Zohar. So this is what Gemara says, and this is what Shulchan Aruch says. Okay, and Rabbi Yisrael said many times says this is Shita. Rabbi Yisrael said it's a support rabbi and chief rabbi, and we respect him very much and try to follow his halacha as best we can. And he always says Pashtanim and Mekubalim. We go with the Pashtanim. Rabbi Yisrael doesn't hold with that. But here, you want to look what does Zohar say before you make a decision on this halacha, okay? Because Zohar says very harsh words, and you want to hear what does it saying, okay? And this is out of the finish opens up and says, part of a man. So you're done, so you have it. So you go part of a man. אומר לבד מעניין תפילש שדברו בו חברים לאל. So who is this? This Rabbi Shimon is starting and expanding on this point. כתיב לא תאכלו על הדם. A person should not eat on the dam. And Rashi, there are like a few different explanations on this thing, right? So one of them, one of the understanding of this pasuk is when in the time of Gemara they were not allowed to eat basar kedushim until they would do zerikat hadam. They had to go and put zerikat hadam on the mizbeach, and then they had to do basar kedushim. Okay, but here we are talking about again. We are trying to read about eating before Shacharit, and then there's that pasuk. There are additional verbiage here. What's the additional verbiage? Lo tenacheshu v'lo te'onenu. So the remaining pasuk, the word verbiage in that pasuk is you should not do sorcery. Okay, there are different meaning of tenachashu, right? But basically both of them is referring to different type of sorceries. פסוק זה הקובע באלו חז"ל במדרשים, מה המסנכות של לא תאכל בשר הדם, ולא תחשבו תורנו, rather דמינו הכי. So it says he has a secret. The secret of this whole thing is here. וסוד הדבר הוא, מה דאכל בלא סודות תצילד את אדמה. מי שאוכל בלא תפילה, בודם שתתפלל אדמו, right? Somebody that eats before he davens, Shacharit ihu b'mekhesh u'me'onen. He is as if he is doing sorcery. Because the pasuk says that. This is the Zohar is saying. The Shmuel is saying. It says like the person is doing sorcery. So he's going to say why. He's going to say why. But the pasuk is the remaining of this pasuk. If you look at the pasuk, it does say that. And then the remaining of the pasuk says, do not do tonenu, right? Beforish in Ha'inan, begin the Belayla Nishmata, so he explains what is going on, what happens when the person goes to sleep. When a person goes to sleep, begin the Belayla Nishmata, the Sadika, the Muhammad Birad, the Ghara Ilaha, לפי שבלילה הנשמה עולה לעוד בסוד הכבוד העליון שהוא כבוד השכינה. Every night when a person sleeps, right? Even though we don't realize it, but every night the Shema goes to Shekhinah, right? And then we go there, we have only 1/6 here, but the Neshama goes and his Neshama, the remaining part of the Neshama beside the Nefesh, goes there and then come back. So Neshama goes up, right? כל אחד ואחד כמו דחס לידי. כל אחד ואחד קראו לה, everybody sees whatever he's supposed to see. משתעל באנוש בעבוד אחרת, התפשט גוד דמה דתקיימה גופה. So how does a person survive? This neshama is departed from him. ונשאר גוף האדם בריומו רק באותו הכוח שבתוך הדם כדי לקיים את הגוף. There is like a blood that he has, and this blood we'll talk about is nefesh. Is in the body. Through that he is basically he's surviving. He's staying up. His body lives, right? ומאפשרים כל הדמים ונפש בתוך חלב ונשאר הדם רק בכיסתא דתיכה. דחיותא. So he says, well, the person, the blood goes on and it gets gathered in the chelev, in the fat of the person, and that's what he's saying, and with that he's surviving. But not time with the motor, because of that his nefesh, which is his dam. When he says dam, it's referring to nefesh, right? So his dam and his blood gathers up in his chelev, his fat, and that's where he's staying there. So it means, which means, if that wasn't something happens to that chelev, right, he would die. So because the whole concentration of the dam is in that chelev, right? But the motor, and that's why a person is tasting the taste of death. That's what it is. When a person is asleep, he's like he's dying, right? And that's why they say person is as good as he wants. He said, "K'mar Chazal, she'hashina he achad mishishim b'mita." So when a person sleeps, right? He's like 1/60 of the dead, because that's what remains with him. Okay. וממשיך, ההוא חלו לא מתעדה להתעלה גור ההוא, חלו לשמותו לגבו לה. כוח האדם שהוא הנפש עדיין אינו מוכן לבוא כדי עולה עבור כוח הנשמה הוא לגבו אותו. So this is the thing. She says, the neshama, the dam is not ready to accept the neshama. Even though we say every morning, מודה עלי לפניך מלך חי וקיים שגדל במשפטים Bechemla Rabba B'motecha, the neshama is back, but the dam is the nefesh is not able to accept it. Right? That's what he's saying. The Zohar. Rabbi Shimon Chesed is not ready to get it. Right? It's Abana Rav Ihud the Kishanem Ore Misheto Eno Tahor. The person gets up, he's not Tahor. Veho Uchmona Vamilen. The sister Achra Shacharit Atan Dechaimo Bedon Nishmata. And sister Achra Shacharit Makohan Misabri Nishama that the sister Achra is there where the neshama is not there. So because what? Because the sister Achra always goes after the person that's kadosh, as kedusha. When the kedusha goes away, it tries to occupy it, and we know the same concept with the Adon Rishon. That Adon Rishon had the same problem with when it was created, because the line was trying to occupy some part of his body. Okay, so that's because whatever is the kedusha, Sister Achra tries to come and gets it. So that's why when a person sleeps, right, the neshama is departed, right away Sister Achra come and take over, right? So that's what it is. Came on the Idach b'Maya, came on Shenitar Adam b'Boker על ידי המים של נטל ידיים, מסתלק ממנה הסתר. So once a person does נטל ידיים in the morning, and that's what the Chasidim and the Kupalim, they very highly recommend to have nigel wasser by the bed, right? That they should do the tilah right by the bed, and they shouldn't do walk before Amud because the tumor is going to be lingering on the person if he walks around. So that's why the Kupalim say that have it by your bed and just wash your hand by that. ואם כן, הוא ראוי שמיד תחזור עליו נשמתו. So, if that's the case, it's supposed to be to come back to him, the neshama, right? Sure, can, but it's not that way. It's supposed to be that way. That's how it's supposed to work. That's how that's how it's supposed to work. But that's not how it is. Ella definitely can be studied by Nosh Beoraita, even though the person gets up and learn Torah, right? Even if he did not tell the dying, right? He נשבעת או לא תתנאמת בעזרה אותו נשמה עדיין אינה מתקיימת במקומה להתלבש בנפש. The neshama is not ready to go to the body, and usually when the neshama comes it מתפשט. מתפשט means extends all over to the whole body. It's not just one place. Okay, do you want me to stop and go a little more?